Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist and a licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. Today I'd like to talk about the Idaho 4. May they rest in peace. Condolence to their families. I wanted to discuss a bit about the book by Chris, the former FBI. It's called Broken Plea. I'm sure many of y'all have read it. Must have just read a couple of pages. I just started it. I find it to be very interesting, but I really want to know, who does the hair belong to that was found both in Madison Morgan, Maddie, his bed, and in Ethan's hand? Apparently the hair that was found in Maddie's bed was a female hair, and the other one, that is Ethan, in Ethan's hand, the hair that was found wasn't confirmed the way I know if it was a female or male. Since the beginning of this case, I put myself into researching everything I can, putting into consideration everything that could have happened that night. And I've always said from the beginning of this case that I believe it's more than one person who did these horrific crimes. From the beginning of this case, we were told that there were 3 unidentified male DNAs found inside and outside the crime scene. I find that to be interesting. We have Ann Taylor, BK's defense attorney, who mentioned that there were 3 unidentified mixed male DNAs found under Maddie's nails. So if you pay attention, it seems to be the number 3 that seems to be coming up often. What happened that night? Were people waiting for Kaylee and Maddie when they came home? Could Zana and Ethan have been attacked at the Sigma Chi fraternity? These are all questions that we may never get answers to. But if you'll remember from the very beginning of this case, there was always doubts about Ethan and Zana's whereabouts. We heard Zana's father clearly say that Zana called him at midnight and she was chilling at home. She was ordering pizzas. He never mentioned where Ethan was. Then we have the fact that Hunter Chapin says that Ethan texted him and asked him to come over. I find that to be a major issue. The reason I find it to be a major issue is Hunter Chapin clearly lied in his alibi. He told the police that he was with his girlfriend, Emily Allen, Jody, and Jody's boyfriend, Lindenberg. They said that they all were together, but then Lindenberg said that Hunter Chapin wasn't with them between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Now pay attention, 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. is a very important timeline. Because in the beginning we were told that the crimes happened between 3 to 4. Later on, the timeline was changed from 4 to 4:25. Both of those timelines come under 3 to 5. So we have Hunter Chapin lying about his alibi with no follow-up questions. Then we have Jack D lying about his alibi too, with no follow-up questions. At 1:32 a.m., Jack D was at the corner club. He was talking to Maddie and Kaylee. Adam Lauder was sitting and talking to Jack Showalter was standing. So that shows that Jack D is lying about his timeline. Where was Jack D? Why is he saying that he was driven home at 1 a.m. and he said that he fell asleep at 1:30 a.m.? How could that be possible? There's a screenshot that proves clearly that at 1:32 a.m. Jack Decor was at the corner club. Where did he go from the corner club? Why couldn't he remember that Kaylee FaceTimed him? So I'm very interested in Hunter Johnson, Emily and Lyndon and Jody, because they were the 4 people that Dylan and Bethany found caught. And they are the people who are with Hunter Chapin, and Hunter Chapin is clearly lying about his time. How come there's no follow-up questions to people who are lying about their alibis? This seems to be really an issue. These students deserve the correct justice. Soon it's going to be 4 years since Idaho took place, since the quadruples took place. I hope that this book brings more thorough investigation. And obviously, I love to focus on the facts here. We have Brian Christopher Koberger, who admitted to the 4 crimes and admitted to trespassing. So he's got 4 life sentences for Kaylee Gongalvis, may she rest in peace, Madison Morgan, may she rest in peace, Sana Konodal, may she rest in peace, and Ethan Chapman, may he rest in peace. But the question is, why did Koberger take the deal? Was he threatened? Was he part of it? There's doubts and there's questions about the knife sheet. Where was it found? On the floor? On the ground? On the floor? Of Maddie's room? Or was it under the duvet? It was a brand new knife sheet. I'm very focused on number 9. I know I talk a lot about number 9, but there's a reason. In mental health counseling, especially in cognitive behavioral therapy, we look back at what the person was doing. Not only that night, the nights leading to the 13th, weeks leading to the 13th, and all those time periods. Number 9 was clearly waiting for Maddie to come to the grub truck. And when she came, he waved his hand. He called her. Maddie went there. Maddie said something in his ear. Maddie went back to the other side, hanged around a bit, and then she leaned towards the cashier of the grub truck. Number 9 had a ticket because he ordered food. So at the same time he was collecting his food with the ticket is when he put something in Maddie's mouth. So focus on both his hands are busy at the same time. That is why people get a bit confused. But if you slow it down, you would definitely see that there's more to number 9. I find Drew Carter very interesting. Drew Carter is the guy with the shorts and the tank top. Somebody from the college sent me information in the beginning of this case and said to pay attention to Drew Carter. Allegedly, this is all speculations, the person is from the fraternity and he said that he had beef with Ethan Chapman. And then you have number 9 all over Madison Morgan. Pay attention. Number 9, number 8, and Drew Carter with the shorts all jumped into a white vehicle. White Sailor. I find that to be important because there's a lot of talk about the white Hyundai Elantra. I wonder if the police thoroughly investigate number 9 and Drew Carter. That white car has tinted windows. It looks like the same car that was driving past the gas station at 3:45. Then we have Jack DeCoe, who had a white Hyundai Elantra 2011 to 2013 model parked in front of his house. We even had Brent Kopaka, who had a silver Hyundai Elantra 2011 to 2013 parked in front of his house. That was the same car that was parked in front of his family's house. And then we had police silver Ford at Taylor Avenue. We have never seen Koberger driving the white Hyundai Elantra to 1122 King Road, getting off the car and entering the house or coming out of the house. So just because there was a white Hyundai Elantra or a white vehicle around, that doesn't necessarily mean it's Koberger. They are trying to actually tell us that a horrific quadruples happened and Koberger did not leave with any evidence. They didn't find any evidence in his car. Keep in mind that with the 4 victims, it was over, I think, 110 stab wounds. It was a horrific, bloody crime scene. So are they trying to tell us that Koberger did not get one trace evidence on himself or inside his vehicle? Make this make sense. The timelines don't make sense. This is what I personally believe. I believe that Zana and Ethan had beef with the Davids. I really believe what 4chan Anonymous says. I really believe that because it lines up with the 19-minute theory. Let's get back to the 19-minute theory. 4chan Anonymous said that it was 4 people who did it. They said that they would clean the scene, and now we can see traces of the scene being cleaned. We saw the 4 figures running. Were they ever investigated? Were they ever checked? We wouldn't know. Everything can't just be a coincidence. There was a lot of action that was happening that night. There were 4 figures that were running. We hear a female yelling at 2:55, "Stop it, stop." She's yelling at 2:55 and 16 seconds. You can hear the female yelling at 2:55 and 16 seconds. You can hear that from the neighbors recording, and you can hear that from Banfield. Was Maddie and Kaylee attacked after the final call with Jack D? Was Jack D's phone call a distraction, or did someone from inside the crime scene call Jack D? Or did Jack D call himself? I'm not accusing anyone, but I have questions. And I hope that this case blows apart. Enough is enough. These 4 young victims deserve their justice. If BK is innocent, he deserves his justice too. And if he's guilty, I'm sure the others, where the 3 unidentified, male DNAs is my question. Have a lovely evening.